next concept which we are doing is solving the problems with the help of non-inertial frame of reference. Okay, ma? See, ma, first of all, what is meant by inertial frame? Inertial frame of reference means what? Inertial frame means where Newton's laws are applied. Okay, ma? In these frames of reference, you can apply the Newton's laws. That is called as inertial frame of reference. Clear? Non-inertial frame means non-inertial frame of reference indicates that we cannot apply the Newton's laws. Clear? Newton's laws cannot be applied. Clear now? So let us try to understand this one by taking an example where we can apply the Newton's laws, where we cannot apply the Newton's laws. Clear? Sima, consider this is a railway platform. Okay, and here there is a body of mass m, and here there is a train. Clear? So this is a train. Are you able to understand? Now consider initially in case number 1, this train is in rest position. Okay, and an observer inside the train, he is observing this mass. Are you able to understand now? So there is an observer in the train is in rest position, and observer is observing the mass. Clear? To this observer, how this mass appears to be? Moving. Train is in rest position. Train is in rest position. Mass is also in rest position. Are you able to understand? To this observer, how this mass appears to be? Mass also appears to be in rest position only. No? You are in a train which is at rest position. Mass is also at rest position. Are you able to understand? So to this observer, this mass appears to be in rest position. Are you able to understand? Is anybody applying force on this mass? Anybody applying force? Nobody is applying force. Are you able to understand? So force applied is 0. If force applied is 0, mass into acceleration is also 0. No? We are discussing about force acting on this mass. Are you able to understand? No? There are definitely two forces acting on the mass. What are the two forces? One force is weight of this body mg. Clear number? Another force is normal reaction given by the ground on the mass. But these two forces, they will get cancelled with each other. Normal reaction and mg, they will get cancelled with each other. Are you able to understand? So therefore on this mass, there is no force which is acting. Force is 0. So mass into acceleration is also 0. So therefore I can say acceleration is also 0. Clear? Now to this observer, this mass is not accelerating. To this observer, we are talking everything with respect to observer only. Clear number? With respect to this observer, this mass, is it moving? No. So therefore acceleration is 0. Velocity is also 0. Acceleration will become 0 in which condition? When nobody is applying force on this. And on this mass, nobody is applying force. Yes. No, వద్దు వెళ్ళిపోండి బయటికి రావద్దు. లేట్గా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు రేపటి నుంచి రావద్దండి. Clear? So, see, on this mass, nobody is applying force. No? Force ever apply చేయటం లేదు. So, to this observer also, it appears as if nobody is applying the mass. So, definitely we can apply the Newton's laws. Are you able to understand? How we are applying the Newton's laws? Nobody is applying force. Acceleration is 0. So, to this observer, it appears mass is in rest position. So, there is no acceleration because nobody is applying the force. Satisfied? Are you able to understand? So, are we able to apply Newton's laws here? Are we able to apply Newton's laws? Newton's laws apply చేయగలుగుతా ఉన్నామా? Definitely we are applying, no? To this observer, it appears as if mass is in rest position. Mass will be in rest position in which condition? Either when velocity is 0 or acceleration is 0. Okay? Acceleration will be 0 in which condition? When nobody is applying the force. And on this mass, nobody is applying the force. No? Are you able to understand? So definitely Newton's law is satisfied. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now I will write a second case. Second case is that this train is moving with a velocity of v. Okay, ma? Case number 2 is what? Case number 2 is this train is moving with a velocity of v. Mass is in rest position. Mass is not moving. Mass is in rest position. Now to this observer, how motion of this mass appears to be. Observer is in the train, mass is on the platform. Are you able to understand? విజువలైజ్ చేసుకోండి, మీరు ట్రైన్లో ఉన్నారు, ప్లాట్ఫామ్ పైన ఉన్న బాడీ మీకు ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? కన్సిడర్ యు ఆర్ మూవింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ నార్త్ డైరెక్షన్, దెన్ ద బాడీ ఆన్ ద ప్లాట్ఫామ్, హౌ డస్ ఇట్ అపియర్ టు ద అబ్జర్వర్? అబ్జర్వర్కి ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? ఇట్ అపియర్స్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ మాస్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ ద సౌత్ డైరెక్షన్. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ యు అబ్జర్వ్. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ మా? ఎప్పుడైనా ట్రైన్లో పోయినారా లేదా? పోయినారు కదా. If your train is moving in one direction, the people on the platform appears to be moving in backwards direction. This is what you observe now. Okay. So, what is the velocity of the observer? V. Velocity of the observer is V. Then what will be the velocity of the mass as observed by the observer? Observer ki enta velocity kanipistundi? V only. If you are moving with a velocity of V, mass also appears to be moving backwards with same velocity of V. To whom? To the observer present inside the train. Are you able to understand? So to this observer, it appears as if this mass is moving backwards with a velocity of v. This is what he observes. Clear now? Now we are discussing about case number 2. Case number 1 is satisfied. What is case number 1? Observer is in rest position, mass is also in rest position. To the observer, mass appears to be in rest position. So therefore net force applied on the mass is 0, so acceleration is also 0. Newton's law is satisfied. Are you able to understand? Second condition, observer is moving with a velocity of v. Now to this observer, this mass also appears to be moving backwards. With how much velocity? With a velocity of v. Okay. So to the body, if I discuss about the body, with respect to observer, what is the velocity of the body, ma? With respect to this observer, what is the velocity of this body? Velocity of this body is minus v. Why I am writing minus v? Because if I take this velocity to be positive, this velocity will be negative. Are you able to understand? And this velocity, it is a constant, no, ma? This velocity is a constant. Okay. Velocity is constant means what? Acceleration is 0. Okay. Velocity is constant means body does not have any acceleration. Acceleration is not there. No? Clear? Acceleration is 0 means what? Net force is also 0. Acceleration 0 means net force is also 0. Because what is the formula for net force? Mass into acceleration. If acceleration is 0, net force is also 0. Is anybody applying force on this mass? దానిపైన ఎవరైనా ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నారా? ఈజ్ ఎనీబడి అప్లయింగ్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ దిస్ మాస్? ఈజ్ ఎనీబడి అప్లయింగ్? నో, నోబడి ఈజ్ అప్లయింగ్ ఫోర్స్. సాటిస్ఫైడ్? నోబడి ఈజ్ అప్లయింగ్ ఫోర్స్, సో యాక్సిలరేషన్ ఈజ్ 0. బట్ వెలాసిటీ కెన్ బి ప్రెసెంట్. బాడీ యూనిఫామ్ వెలాసిటీతో వెళ్ళాలి అంటే యాక్సిలరేషన్ అవసరం లేదు కదా. ఈ బాడీ టు మూవ్ విత్ యూనిఫామ్ వెలాసిటీ, ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్. ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఇన్ విచ్ కండిషన్? ఓన్లీ ఫర్ బాడీ టు యాక్సిలరేట్, ఫోర్స్ ఈజ్ రిక్వైర్డ్. Are you able to understand? You go in space, you take this pen, throw this pen in the space. What will happen? It will be moving continuously with same velocity, no? But to accelerate this body, what I have to do? I have to continuously apply force. For every accelerating body, you require force. But for a body to travel with uniform velocity, force is not required. That is Newton's first law. Are you able to understand, ma? Okay. Now to this observer, this mass is moving backwards with a constant velocity of v. Constant velocity means acceleration 0. Acceleration 0 means net force 0. So definitely nobody is applying force on this one. No? Nobody is applying force on this one. So here also Newton's law is satisfied. No? Are you able to understand? No? So therefore what I say, so here also Newton's laws are satisfied. Clear now? Okay, it means when observer is in rest position, Newton's laws are satisfied. When observer is moving with a constant velocity, then also Newton's laws are satisfied. Two cases we have studied. No? In both cases, Newton's laws are satisfied. Now let us take the third condition. What is the third condition? Case number 3. Are you able to understand? What is case number 3? Let us assume train is now accelerating. Train is accelerating. Velocity of the train is increasing continuously. Are you able to understand? Therefore, what happens to the acceleration of the observer? Acceleration of the observer also will be acceleration of the train. That's all now? Okay. Now this observer, he appears this mass on the platform. Now to this observer, how does this mass appears to be? ఈ అబ్జర్వర్కి ఈ మాస్ ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? ఇప్పుడు పుట్టినప్పుడు ఆలోచించడం మానేసినారనమాట, కొత్తగా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? Physics is only to make you more and more intelligent. That is the only purpose of physics. Clear? Now come on, see. Now, to this observer, how does this mass appears to be? It appears to be moving backwards with velocity, constant velocity or constant acceleration. Constant? Observer is accelerating, no? ఎప్పుడైనా జీవితంలో ట్రైన్ టికెట్ కొన్నారా లేదా మీ ఫేసులకి? కొన్నారు కదా మరి. ఇఫ్ ట్రైన్ ఈజ్ యాక్సిలరేటింగ్, ఇట్ అపియర్స్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ మాస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో యాక్సిలరేటింగ్. దట్స్ వాట్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్, నో? ఇఫ్ యువర్ ట్రైన్ ఈజ్ మూవింగ్ స్లోలీ, యూ విల్ సీ మాస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో మూవింగ్ స్లోలీ. If your velocity is continuously increasing, it appears as if all the objects on the platform also, they will appear to be accelerating only. అంతే కదా కనిపించేది. ఇది మ్యాథ్స్ కాదు 1+2 3 చెప్పడానికి, విజువలైజ్ చేయాలి. Are you able to understand, ma? See, ma. See here, now to this observer, it appears as if this mass is also accelerating with same acceleration. That's what you observe. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now let us see. Now to the body with respect to the observer. Clear, no, ma? So what is the acceleration of the observer? Acceleration of the body. Acceleration of the body is minus a. Acceleration of the observer is plus a. Acceleration of the body is minus a. Are you able to understand, ma? Okay. Now, is anybody applying force on this body, ma? Is anybody applying force on this body or not? ఎవరన్నా ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నారా? నో. బట్ స్టిల్ బాడీ ఈస్ యాక్సిలరేటింగ్, నో? Nobody is applying force on this body. Clear? But still to the observer, this body appears to be accelerating. How? How it is possible? అర్థమవుతుందా? ఎందుకు సుబ్బారావు సుబ్బక్కల్లా మాదిరి వింటా ఉన్నారు మీరు? దేవునికి తెలియాలి ఏమర్థమవుతుందో ఏమో. Are you able to understand the question? To the observer, mass is accelerating, no? అవుతుందా లేదా? But for body to accelerate, force should be applied, no? For body to accelerate, there should be net force. Without net force, you cannot accelerate a body, no? Is anybody applying force on this mass? No. But why it is accelerating? See, for example, if you take an observer with respect to ground, this is an observer present on the ground. Clear, no? To this observer, this mass always appears to be in rest position. So no problem. Nobody is applying force on this one. That is why it is in rest position. Are you able to understand? But to this accelerating observer, it appears mass is accelerating backwards. And body can accelerate only when you apply net force. Who is applying the net force? సుత్తి డైలాగులు వద్దు. I am asking question directly, no? What I am asking? To this observer, body is accelerating, no? And for body to accelerate, somebody should apply force. Who is applying the force? Is anybody applying force on this body? No. But still it is accelerating, no? How? Concept is very simple. Already I have written, no? We cannot apply the Newton's laws. So every accelerating frame of reference is a non-inertial frame. Accelerating frames are Non-inertial frames. Non-inertial frames means you cannot apply the Newton's laws. Newton's laws apply చేయాలని పోయినారంటే పిచ్చి పుల్కలు అవుతారు అనమాట. You cannot apply the Newton's laws here. Are you able to understand, ma? So when observer is accelerating, there you cannot apply the Newton's laws. Newton's laws will not be valid here. And are you able to understand, ma? So such frames of reference we can call them as non-inertial frames of reference. Okay. So when observer is in rest position, you can apply the Newton's laws. When observer is moving with a velocity, then also you can apply the Newton's laws. But when observer is accelerating, you cannot apply the Newton's laws. Are you able to understand, ma? This is what is called as non-inertial frame of reference. So therefore what I write? Therefore I write that. So when observer is accelerating, we cannot apply the Newton's laws. So accelerating frames of reference are non-inertial. Okay, ma? Accelerating frames of reference are always non-inertial. Non-inertial means what? Where we cannot apply the Newton's laws. Are you able to understand, ma? That's it. Similarly, for example, if observer is present on a rotating frame, are you able to understand, ma? Completed, no? Clear? సో నేను ఎలా చెప్తున్నానో అలాగే మీరు నోట్స్ రాసుకుంటేనే మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. లేదంటే చైనీస్ సినిమా చూసినట్టు ఉంటుంది అనమాట. ఏందో కదులినట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది, ఏం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నారో ఏమీ అర్థం కాదు. ఓకే, సినిమా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ ఐ టేక్ rotating frame. Clear? What is meant by rotating frame? So consider this is a table. Clear, ma? Horizontal table. So on this horizontal table an observer is standing. Okay, and this table is rotating with a particular angular velocity omega. Table is rotating with an angular velocity omega, and on that table an observer is standing. So he will also rotate, no? This person also will rotate. Now what this observer is doing is he is observing a mass which is present on the ground. Observer is observing the mass present on the ground. Now to this observer, how this mass appears to be? Ante kada? To this observer it appears mass is also moving in a circular path. That's what he observes. Are you able to understand? But anybody can move in a circular path in which condition? Anybody can move in a circular path in which condition? Only if there is centripetal force. And centripetal force is net force. But nobody is applying net force on this body, no? So therefore here also I cannot apply the Newton's laws. Are you able to understand, ma? ఏదన్నా బాడీ సర్కులర్ పాత్లో రొటేట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఏ ఫోర్స్ ఉండాలి? సెంట్రిపెటల్ ఫోర్స్. అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ ఫోర్స్. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్వేస్ యాక్టింగ్ టువర్డ్ ద సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్కిల్. ఓకే, మా? బట్ ఈస్ ఎనీబడి అప్లయింగ్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ దిస్ వన్? నో. బట్ స్టిల్ టు దిస్ అబ్జర్వర్ ఇట్ అపియర్స్ దిస్ మాస్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ ఇన్ ఎ సర్కులర్ పాత్. It means here also you cannot apply the Newton's laws. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I say, rotating frames are also non-inertial. Okay, ma? So rotating frames also non-inertial frames of reference. Are you able to understand, ma? Because for an observer to rotate, definitely it means observer is accelerating here also. Okay, ma? Observer is always accelerating towards the center of the circle. Because if centripetal force is present towards the center, centripetal acceleration is also present towards the center. That we will discuss in circular motion. Are you able to understand? So when observer is accelerating or when observer is presenting rotating frame, you cannot apply the Newton's laws. Are you able to understand? Okay, that's it. But the problem is that with the help of Newton's laws, we can solve the problems very easily, no? If I am able to apply the Newton's laws, I can solve the problem very easily. So therefore what I will do, I will try to apply Newton's laws even in non-inertial frame also. Okay, that's what we are discussing. So how to apply Newton's laws in non-inertial frame. Okay, ma? How to apply the Newton's laws of motion, in which condition? In non-inertial frame of reference. Okay. Now here we take the help of pseudo force. Pseudo force. Okay. What is meant by pseudo? Pseudo means what? False. False force. False force means there is a force, but there is not a force. Clear now? Pseudo force. Force ఉన్నట్లే ఉంటుంది కానీ ఏమి ఉండదు అనమాట. మీలాగా చదివినట్టే ఉంటారు కానీ ఏమి చదవరు అనమాట. లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్లు అడిగినప్పటికీ ఏమి రాదు. Pseudo students like this pseudo force. Clear? Yes. Sim. Now by applying pseudo force, మాట్లాడకూడదు క్లాస్లో, ఊరేస్తా ఫ్యాన్కి. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Pseudo force. It is called as false force, fictitious force. Are you able to understand? So I want to do even the problems of non-inertial frame also by using Newton's laws. Are you able to understand? Then what I will do, I will take the help of pseudo force, a false force. See, to the observer, he never understands why body is accelerating. No? Observer is present in accelerating frame. Observer is present in accelerating frame. When he observes the body, he sees that body is accelerating. But he also sees that nobody is applying force. అది కూడా చూస్తాడు కదా వాడు. దీనిపైన ఎవరు ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయకుండా నీ ఎక్కడికి పోతా ఉంది అని ఆలోచిస్తాడు. Able to understand? So we take the help of pseudo force and we try to apply this pseudo force, then definitely we can solve these problems by using Newton's laws of motion. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now what is the direction of pseudo force? Let us see. Pseudo force is always applied in the direction opposite to the direction of observer. Okay, ma? Pseudo force we have to apply in which direction? Observer is moving in one direction. Pseudo force we have to apply on opposite direction. Pseudo force we have to apply on which body? We have to apply on that body which is being observed by the observer. Observer దేన్నైతే అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తున్నాడో దానిపైన అప్లై చేయాలి. Are you able to understand? So let us take the same example of train and box problem. See, this is the train. Clear ma? Observer is present here. Train is accelerating. Okay ma? And this person in the train, he is observing this mass here. Okay. Observer is accelerating in this direction, so I have to apply pseudo force on the mass in opposite direction. Okay. F pseudo equal to mass into acceleration. This is the formula for pseudo force. Are you able to understand? What is M here? Mass of the body under observation. Mass of the body which is observed by the observer. Okay, ma? What is A here? Acceleration of the observer. Observer is moving in one direction. Pseudo force you have to apply in opposite direction. Now by using this additional force, definitely we can apply the Newton's laws of motion. Are you able to understand? Ma? So therefore write down. What is M here? M is mass of body under observation. Okay, ma? Next, A. What is A here? Acceleration of observer. Okay. So by using this logic, definitely we can apply the Newton's laws. Very simple. Are you able to understand what we are doing? Just we are applying a pseudo force. M is equal to A in opposite direction to the direction of the observer. M means mass of the body under observation. A means acceleration of the observer. That's it. Fine? Okay. Now based on this, let us do some, okay, see here. So consider this is one car. Okay, మా ఊర్లో కార్లు ఇట్టే ఉంటాయి. ఒక చెక్క తయారు చేసి రెండు దగ్గర గాన్లు పెడతామన్నమాట అంతే. this becomes a car. Clear ma? So this car is moving with a velocity of v. On this car there is another box of mass m moving with a velocity of v dash with respect to car. Are you able to understand ma? Then on the same ground there is one observer. Observer number 1, he is in rest position. There is another observer and he is moving with a velocity of v. Observer number 2. Okay ma? There is one more observer and this observer is accelerating with an acceleration of e. Okay ma? And let us take one more observer. Muggarne se nalguru cheste em avutadi cheptam. Clear ma? This is the observer moving with an acceleration of a. He is observer number 4. ఎక్కువసేపు ఇక్కడ ఉండలేడు వీడు, కాడు వచ్చి గుద్దేస్తుంది అనమాట. కాసేపు అక్కడే ఉన్నాడు అనుకుందాం. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద 4 అబ్జర్వర్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ ప్రెసెంట్ దే. క్లియర్ మా? దెన్ క్యాల్కులేట్ pseudo force on small m with respect to 4 observers. Okay ma? With respect to 4 observers, there are totally 4 observers now with respect to all of them. So what is the pseudo force acting on this small m? Okay, but see their velocities carefully. Velocity of the car is v. On that car again a mass is present, and what is the velocity of that mass? Velocity of the mass is v dash, not with respect to ground, with respect to car. Clear now? Are you able to understand? Come on. How can I do this calculation? Can you see? Very critical thinking is required. Clear? The more pressure you put on the brain, the more intelligent it will become. That's it. Otherwise you will be like this only, Subbarao and Subbakas. Clear? జీవితంలో ఏమీ సాధించలేరు లాస్ట్కి. This is the question. Okay, Seema. First of all, let us calculate the velocity of this mass with respect to ground. Here velocity is given with respect to car, no? What is the velocity of this mass? V dash. But with respect to what? With respect to car. Okay. But first of all I will calculate velocity with respect to ground. Ela cheyochu? Let us. This concept we will study detailed in relative motion ma. Here just you try to understand because problem is present. Seema, velocity of mass with respect to car is v dash. This is what is given. Velocity of this mass with respect to car is v dash. Okay. This is the concept of relative motion. So this is the velocity of mass with respect to car. Here which is the second subscript? Car is the second subscript. No? It means car itself is the observer. అర్థమవుతుందా? సెకండ్ సబ్స్క్రిప్ట్ ఏది ఉంటే అదే అబ్జర్వర్ కూడా అవుతుంది. Are you able to understand? It means that if there is an observer standing here on the car at rest position with respect to car, and if he observes this mass, are you able to understand? Consider there is an observer. Where is the observer? On the car itself. Okay ma? Then if he is observing this mass, then to this observer this mass appears to be moving with the velocity of v dash. That is called as velocity of car with respect to velocity of mass with respect to car. Are you able to understand? Okay. But I am not supposed to solve with respect to car because ground is there, no? Are you able to understand? No? So therefore, consider this is the ground and this is the observer. Now what is the velocity of this mass with respect to ground? With respect to ground means what? With respect to observer present on the ground. How can I do that? ఆలోచించండి. Are you able to understand the question, ma? I want velocity of this mass not with respect to observer on the car, with respect to observer on the ground. Mathematically we will solve afterwards. First you say by using your common sense. Vaadi cheppandi. V is the velocity of the car. I want velocity of this mass with respect to this observer. Sima, this mass, it will have two velocities, no? First of all, it is having a velocity of v dash with respect to car, and it is having velocity of car also, because it is present on car also, no? So therefore this mass has two velocities. What are they? V dash plus v. V dash plus v. Are you able to understand? That will be the velocity observed by the observer on the ground. Arthamatunda? Let us try to understand by taking one more example. Sima, this is a very, very, very important concept. So for NEET students, possible or not, we cannot say. But for advanced students, definitely you will get questions on this one. So let us see. Sima. So consider this is a bus. Velocity of the bus is 10 meter per second. So consider there is an observer here. Observer is on the ground. Now to this observer, how does this velocity of the bus appears to be? వీడికి బస్ వెలాసిటీ ఎంతగా కనిపిస్తుంది? 10 meter per second only, no? Okay. Now consider there is an observer, or let us draw here. Consider there is an observer standing in the bus, and observer is in rest position. Okay, rest position with respect to bus. It means observer is sitting in the bus. Bus is moving with a velocity of 10. Now to this observer, this man appears to be traveling with how much velocity? 10 only, no? Satisfied, no? Okay. Now this man is a very mischievous man. So what he is doing is, he is again walking in the bus. Clear now? He is walking in the bus. With respect to bus, he is traveling with a speed of 2 meter per second. Bus lo malli naduchukuntu velta unnadu. Clear now? Now to this observer, what is the velocity of this man now? 10 plus 2, 12. How you got this 12? Because he is having two velocities, no? He is having velocity of bus also, and further again he is walking. So total velocity 10 plus 2, 12. Same concept here also. Are you able to understand, ma? So this mass has a velocity of v, and with respect to car again it is traveling with a velocity of v dash. So to this observer, this velocity of mass is having two velocities, v plus v dash. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now conceptually you have understood now what is happening. Now we will try to understand this one mathematically. Mathematically, how can I solve this? Clear? See, velocity of mass with respect to car can be written as velocity of mass minus velocity of car. This is the numerical expression of relative velocity. Velocity of mass minus velocity of car. V12 can be written as V1 minus V2. Are you able to understand? So Vm car can be written as Vm minus V car. So this is equal to V dash. Clear? Now I want velocity of mass. Velocity of mass. Is there any second subscript here? There is no second subscript. If there is no second subscript, it means that is the velocity with respect to ground. Okay? Second subscript edi lekapothe, ఆ velocity ఎవరి రెస్పెక్ట్ లో, that is the velocity with respect to observer on the ground. Clear now? So therefore this can also be written as velocity of mass with respect to ground also. That is the meaning of that. This can be written as v dash plus v car. Minus v car, if it goes to that side, it will become plus v car. Are you able to understand? And both velocities, they are in the same direction. V is also in the same direction, v dash is also in the same direction. So therefore how much? V dash plus velocity of car is v. So again this is the same answer which we have been discussing up to now. No? Are you able to understand now? So velocity of the mass with respect to observer on the ground is having two velocities, v dash plus v. Okay, so v dash plus v. Satisfied now? Are you able to understand how we are doing? Clear now? So this is the concept of relative velocity, which we will study in more detail while studying relative velocity concept. Up to here it is clear now? That's it. So therefore, with respect to this observer, what is the velocity of this mass? Velocity of this mass is v dash plus v. Okay, ma? That's it. Fine. Make a note up to here, then we will continue. Raskunara? We will understand actually why we have done this total calculation. Clear, ma? So therefore I will write velocity of mass with respect to observer on the ground is how much? It is v dash plus v. Fine? Okay. Now let us do the calculation. Who is observer number 1? This is observer number 1, no? Observer number 1. Okay. Now with respect to this observer, what is the pseudo force acting on small m? F pseudo is how much? That's the question, no? F pseudo is how much? With respect to which observer? Observer number 1. Anybody, can you say? Huh? 0. 0 is correct. How can you say it is 0? Observer is not at all accelerating. No, he is in rest position. Observer accelerate అవుతూ ఉన్నాడా? లేదు. మరి pseudo force ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? Are you able to understand? Clear, ma? So observer is not at all accelerating. So there is no concept of pseudo force. Okay. With respect to observer number 2. Okay, ma? This is the second observer. Now with respect to this person, what is the pseudo force acting on mass m? Enta? With respect to second observer, what is the pseudo force acting on mass m? Huh? 0. How much? 0. Here also pseudo force is how much? 0 only. Why again it is 0? Observer is moving with a common velocity. He is not accelerating, no? Accelerate avtunada vadu? No. Here also you can apply Newton's laws. Here also you can apply the Newton's laws. Because observers are in rest position and this observer is moving with a constant velocity. Acceleration is not there, no? So again pseudo force is 0. Clear? Now observer number 3. Observer number 3. Who is that? This one. Okay, ma? Now with respect to this observer, what is the pseudo force acting on mass? ఇక్కడ velocity కేర్ఫుల్గా చూడాలి. Velocity of the mass is how much? V dash plus v. Now say what is the pseudo force acting on mass? Anybody? Pseudo force already we discussed, no? Pseudo force, how much we have written? What is the value of pseudo force? Mass into acceleration, that's all. So pseudo force is how much? F pseudo is equal to mass into acceleration. What is the acceleration of the observer? Acceleration of the observer is here. Observer is accelerating in this direction. So pseudo force we have to apply in opposite direction. What is the mass of the mass? M. What is the acceleration of the observer? A, m into a, that's all. Then what is the role of this velocity? కష్టపడి వెలాసిటీ ఎందుకు క్యాల్కులేట్ చేసినట్టు మనం అర్ధగంట డిస్కస్ చేసాం వెలాసిటీ పైన. నౌ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ వెలాసిటీ ఆన్ దిస్ సూడో ఫోర్స్? నో ఎఫెక్ట్. వెలాసిటీ పైన డిపెండ్ అవుతుందని నేను చెప్పినానా? డిడ్ ఐ సే సూడో ఫోర్స్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ వెలాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ? ఇట్ డజంట్ డిపెండ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద వెలాసిటీ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ? హౌ ఐ am concerned about that? I am not concerned about that. I am concerned only about what is the mass of the body and what is the acceleration of the observer. That's it. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now with respect to observer number 4. Okay, ma? He is observer number 4. Now can you say what is the pseudo force acting on this mass? MA. In which direction? In this direction. Why in this direction? Because observer is accelerating in opposite direction. Clear, no, ma? So therefore here the pseudo force acting is F pseudo is equals to mass into acceleration. This is our answer. Fine, ma? Are you able to understand how to do the problems of pseudo force? Clear? Okay. See, this is the question, ma.
What is this question? So this is a car. In the car a pendulum is present. Clear na? Car is accelerating with an acceleration of A. So if car accelerates, what happens to the pendulum? Pendulum will bend by an angle of theta. See, if car is traveling with a uniform velocity, pendulum will not take any angle. It will be vertical only. But if this car accelerates, then you can see the pendulum, it makes an angle of theta. This you should have observed in bus also, no? If bus suddenly accelerates, you will fall back, no? Bus suddenly accelerate అయిందంటే ఇట్లా నిలబడుకొని ఉంటారా మీరు, ఇట్లా వెనక్కి పడతారు అన్నమాట. Same concept is happening here in the case of pendulum also. So it will also fall back, it will take an angle of theta. Now the question is, if acceleration of the car is A, then pendulum will make how much angle with respect to vertical? That is the question. Clear, no? Now let us see. So we will try to do this problem from two frames of reference. One frame we will solve from ground frame, and one frame we will solve with the help of car frame. One is accelerating frame, another one is non-accelerating frame. One is inertial frame of reference, another one is non-inertial frame of reference. Clear? So first of all, there is an observer standing on the ground. Okay, ma? Now this observer will become what kind of reference, ma? Inertial frame or non-inertial frame? Inertial frame, because with respect to this observer, Newton's laws can be definitely applied, no? So this is observer number one. Okay. Now let us consider there is one more observer standing inside this car. Car is accelerating, observer is also accelerating. Accelerating observers are what kind of reference? Non-inertial frame of reference. So observer 2 is what kind of reference, ma? Non-inertial frame of reference. Understood, no? Now let us try to do the problem by using first of all inertial frame. Then we will try to understand how to do the problem with the help of non-inertial frame. So which is the first reference I am taking? Case number 1 is inertial frame. Okay, ma? So that is with respect to observer number 1. Now you take this pendulum. So on this pendulum, mass of the pendulum is m. So its weight will be mg, no, ma? Weight of the bob of this pendulum will be mg. So in this string, a tension will develop. Tension develops in the string, no? So that tension, let us call it as T. Okay. And this string is making how much angle with respect to vertical? It is making an angle of theta. Okay. So if this is theta, what is this angle? This angle is also theta. Alternate angles. Now split this tension into two components. Clear now? So this is a T cos theta and this one is T sin theta. Okay. Now this pendulum is observed by this observer. No? Who is observing this pendulum? This observer. Are you able to understand now? Now this observer sees that there are many forces on this pendulum. One force is weight mg is acting on the pendulum. Another force is T cos theta. Another force is T sin theta. Now to this observer, what is his observation? Can you say? వీడికి ఈ ఫోర్సెస్ ఎలా కనిపిస్తాయి? ఇలా కనిపిస్తాయి. Means what? It appears first of all T cos theta and mg they are balancing with each other because they are acting exactly in opposite direction. No? Mg is in downwards direction, T cos theta is in upward direction. So these two forces they will be balancing with each other. Are you able to understand? And this pendulum, it is moving in only horizontal direction. No? It is not moving upwards, it is not moving downwards. It means in vertical direction, pendulum is not moving. Correct? పైకి కిందికి మూవ్ అవుతుంది అదేమన్నా కాదు కదా. It means in vertical direction all the forces are balanced. What are the forces in vertical direction? T cos theta and mg. So I can write T cos theta and mg, they are getting balanced with each other. This is the first condition. Okay, ma? Now to this observer, what is the function of this force? What this force is doing? Accelerates. Very good. See ma, this T sin theta, it is not balanced by any force. No? దీన్ని క్యాన్సిల్ చేసే ఫోర్స్ కానీ దీన్ని బ్యాలెన్స్ చేసే ఆపోజిట్ ఫోర్స్ కానీ ఉందా? లేదు. ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ దిస్ T sin theta is acting on this pendulum and this is the net force. Okay, ma? This is the only force which is acting on this bob, which is making the bob to accelerate. When car is accelerating, bob is also accelerating. No? Car to party bob kuda accelerate avutundi kada. It means somebody is applying force on the bob. No? Who is applying force on the bob? This T sin theta is applying force on the bob. Because of T sin theta, pendulum is accelerating. Are you able to understand? So therefore I can say T sin theta is the unbalanced force. T sin theta is the unbalanced force on bob of the pendulum. There is no force which is balanced. Unbalanced force means that is the net force. Net force formula. Net force is equals to T sin theta is equal to mass into acceleration. Acceleration of the car is A, acceleration of the pendulum also A. So I got first equation and second equation. So just to divide both of them, what I want angle theta only, no ma. Tension నాకు అవసరం లేదు. Tension he did not ask, no. So I will remove tension. So first equation and this is my second equation. Divide both of them. So T sin theta divided by T cos theta is equal to MA divided by MG. So M get cancelled, T and T also get cancelled. Tan theta is equal to A by G. So therefore A is equal to G tan theta. Okay, ma? I don't want A value, no, I want theta value. So theta is equal to tan inverse of A by G. So this is my answer. Okay, ma? So pendulum will make how much angle? Pendulum will make an angle of tan inverse of A by G. That's it. Are you able to understand, ma? That's it. So this is the solution with respect to which observer? This is the solution with respect to observer on the ground. Understood, no, ma? Whatever this person is observing, we are solving the problem according to that condition, and this is the angle which I got. Okay, so make a note up to here. Then we will see how to solve problem by using non-inertial frame, that is when observer is present inside the car. Clear? That's it. Okay. Now we are studying case number 2. Okay. Let us try to understand what we are doing in case number 2. Okay. What is case number 2? We are solving the problem with respect to this observer inside the car, that is with respect to non-inertial frame. Okay, ma? Now see. Now this person is observing this pendulum, and with respect to that person only we do all the calculation. Okay, now let us see. So therefore let us take that pendulum. This is the pendulum. Mass of the pendulum is m, so its weight mg is acting in downward direction. So tension will be away from the tied end, so this is the direction of tension. String is making how much angle? String is making an angle of theta. So if this angle is theta, this angle is also theta, because they are alternate angles. Now split this tension into two components. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is T cos theta and this one is T sin theta. Okay. One thing which I can say is, for this observer also, he observes that T cos theta and mg, they are balanced with each other. What adi kuda kanipistundi kada? He observes that T cos theta and mg, they are balancing with each other. So I will write T cos theta is equal to mg. Fine. This is my equation number 1. Okay, ma? But there is one problem. Problem is that this observer sees that, listen very carefully. This observer sees that T sin theta is also acting, no? In addition to T cos theta, he will see T sin theta also. So therefore this observer sees that on this pendulum T sin theta is also acting. But to balance T sin theta, there is no force. Ante kada? T sin theta ni balance cheyadaniki force లేదు. It means T sin theta should become unbalanced force. If unbalanced force is present, body should accelerate. If unbalanced force is present, body should accelerate. కానీ వీడికి ఈ పెండులం ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? రెస్ట్లో ఉన్నట్లు కనిపిస్తుంది. Are you able to understand, ma? He observes T sin theta is present. So he will think that T sin theta is present. That is the unbalanced force. Unbalanced force should produce acceleration. Okay, so with respect to this observer, this pendulum should be accelerating. But with respect to this observer, this pendulum is always in rest position. This logic he is not able to understand. పోనీ మీరు చెప్పండి, వానికి ఎలా చెప్తాం వానికి? How can we convince this person? Pseudo force is a different concept. We will discuss pseudo force afterwards. But వాడికి అది తెలియదు. He doesn't know that he is accelerating. He is present inside the car. అది మీకు తెలుసు మీరు బయట నుంచి చూసినప్పుడు. When you see from outside, you can understand that a man is also having acceleration, Bob is also acceleration. That's why this idiot is not able to see the acceleration of the Bob. Question, have you understood? My question is, T sin theta is a net force, no? Net force should produce acceleration, no? But to this observer, Bob is in rest position. Even though T sin theta is acting, why Bob is in rest position, this person is not able to understand. How can I convince him? ఏం చెప్తే వాడు కన్విన్స్ అవుతాడు? Very simple. You can say that, Mr. You idiot, you are present in non-inertial frame. Newton's laws you cannot apply. అదే కదా చెప్పాల్సి. This person, where he is present? He is present in non-inertial frame. And in non-inertial frame, can you apply the Newton's laws? No. That's all. Very simple. Are you able to understand, ma? So because you are not able to apply the Newton's laws, now what we will do? We will apply a pseudo force. Clear, na, ma? F pseudo. And why I am writing pseudo force in this direction? Because observer is accelerating in another direction. Pseudo force should be always written in opposite direction. And what is the magnitude of pseudo force? F pseudo is equals to mass into acceleration. Mass of which mass? Mass of the Bob. Bob only he is seeing, no? Okay, ma? And acceleration of which acceleration? Acceleration of the observer. Observer acceleration is A. Because observer is also moving along with car, no? Observer acceleration is A. Mass of the body under observation is M. So pseudo force I have to draw in opposite direction. Now I can apply the Newton's laws. Okay, ma? Now how can I apply the Newton's laws? Now see. So on this Bob, T sin theta is acting towards right side. Pseudo force is acting towards the left side. So these two, they should be balancing with each other. Are you able to understand, ma? So with respect to the observer, how can I apply the Newton's laws, ma? When I draw a pseudo force. Now to this observer, Bob is in rest position. Why he is in rest position? Why Bob is in rest position? Because pseudo force and T sin theta, they are getting balanced with each other. This is how I can apply the Newton's laws in non-inertial frame of reference. Now are you able to understand, ma? So therefore what I can say, T sin theta is balanced by pseudo force. Okay, ma? And what is the magnitude of pseudo force? Mass into acceleration. Okay, so this is my second equation. Okay, so therefore I will write T sin theta, again divide both of them. T sin theta divided by T cos theta is equals to MA divided by MG. Okay, ma? T and T get cancelled, M and M also get cancelled. So therefore tan theta is equal to A by G. So therefore theta is equals to tan inverse of A by G. That's all. That is my answer. So previously also I got the same answer, no, ma? ఇంతమంది కూడా ఇదే ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది కదా. అంటే దాన్ని బట్టి మీకు ఏమర్థమైంది? వాట్ డూ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్? Whatever may be the frame you take, always you will get the same answer. Okay, ma? Answer doesn't depend on frame of reference. Answer only depends upon given conditions of the problem. Answer is always a constant. Okay, but the method of solving will vary in two different methods. అర్థమవుతుందా ఏం చేస్తున్నాము? Because we are solving the problem in non-inertial frame, we have applied a pseudo force. Okay, ma? And this is an additional force, that's all. Then again you do the problem again with Newton's laws of motion. That's it. Okay, make a note. Okay, ma? So this is the question. So this is a body of mass capital M, and on this one you have a body of mass small m. Clear, ma? and they are acting at an angle of theta, and there is no friction. Frictional forces are absent, so coefficient of friction is 0. Clear? Then the question is, how much force I have to apply on this capital M such that small m does not slip on capital M. Small m slip avakunda undali. It means small m and capital M, they should behave like a single body. Okay, then what is the force I have to apply? That is the question. So this we have already done by using inertial frame number, by ground frame of reference. Already we have done the calculation. Now we will try to solve this problem by using non-inertial frame. What is meant by non-inertial frame? Here there is an observer, okay ma? And this observer, he is observing this mass. So where is the observer? Observer is present on capital M now. On capital M net force is acting now. So this will accelerate. Capital M will accelerate. Observer is also present on capital M. So observer also will accelerate. Arthamavutundi kada? So if observer is also accelerating, this is what kind of reference? Non-inertial frame of reference. Okay. Let us see how we can proceed in this problem. Clear ma? So this is the mass small m, okay, and this is the observer. So we are applying a force of F and mass is capital M. So therefore F is equal to ma. This is the equation for net force number. So mass is capital M plus small m, acceleration is a. Clear now? So this is the amount of net force which we have to apply. But what is the acceleration? I don't know. No? Masses we have small m and capital M. But what is the acceleration with which this body should accelerate? That we don't know. Okay, let us see. Now, how many forces are acting on this small m? First of all, its own weight small mg will be acting in downwards direction. No? Small mg will be acting in downwards direction. Clear number? So then a normal reaction n also will be acting. Okay. And this normal reaction n I can split into how many components? Normal reaction n I can split into 2 components. If this is angle theta, this is also angle theta. Adjacent side is n cos theta, opposite side is n sin theta. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now we are doing the problem with respect to this observer now. No? Observer is non-inertial observer. No? So I have to draw a pseudo force. No? Are you able to understand? Because observer is a non-inertial observer, I have to draw a pseudo force. Pseudo force I have to draw in which direction? In the direction, opposite direction to the direction of observer. Observer will accelerate here like this. So pseudo force I am drawing exactly in opposite direction. Fine. So therefore, how much will be the pseudo force? F pseudo, how much? Mass into acceleration. Mass means which mass? Mass of the body under observation. Observer is observing this body normal. Mass of that body is small m. And what is the acceleration of the observer? Let it be a. Okay. So this is the pseudo force which is acting on small m. Up to here it is clear number? Okay. Now this observer will see this body in which condition? Rest condition. That's all. No? వీడికి ఈ బాడీ రెస్ట్లో ఉన్నట్లు కనిపిస్తుంది కదా, అలాగే కనిపించాలి వాడికి. దట్స్ ద కండిషన్ వీఆర్ డిస్కసింగ్ నోమా. వాట్ ఈస్ ద కండిషన్ వీఆర్ డిస్కసింగ్? స్మాల్ ఎమ్ షుడ్ నాట్ స్లిప్ ఆన్ క్యాపిటల్ ఎమ్. ఇట్ మీన్స్ టు దిస్ అబ్జర్వర్ దిస్ మాస్ ఆల్వేస్ అపియర్స్ టు బీ ఇన్ రెస్ట్ పొజిషన్, బికాస్ బోత్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ దే ఆర్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఆన్ క్యాపిటల్ ఎమ్. ఇద్దరు కూడా క్యాపిటల్ ఎమ్ పైనే ఉన్నారు. సో వీడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాడు, మాస్ అక్కడ. సో టు దిస్ అబ్జర్వర్ మాస్ ఆల్వేస్ అపియర్స్ టు బీ ఇన్ రెస్ట్ పొజిషన్. ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్? So if it is appearing in rest position, then what is the meaning of that? Rest lo undi ante meaning emi? All forces are balanced. All the forces are balanced. So vertical forces. What are the vertical forces which are balanced? N sin theta and n cos theta and mg. So therefore n cos theta is balanced by mg. Okay. Then in horizontal direction, n sin theta and ma, they are getting balanced with each other. That's all. N sin theta in this direction, n cos theta, mass into acceleration in opposite direction. So therefore I will write n sin theta is equal to mass into acceleration. Divide both of them. Tan theta is equals to a by g. So a is equals to g tan theta. This was the same answer which we got previously, no? Okay, ma? It means bodies, if they accelerate with this much of acceleration, then small m will not slip on capital M. Clear, no, ma? So therefore, what is the force? M plus m into A. A value is g tan theta. So this is my answer. Are you able to understand, ma? So if I can apply this much amount of force, small m does not slip on capital M.